She's going right there, eh? It's Denis here from Danilo's Outdoors. Back up the woodlot. Oh, I didn't really want to do that. We have some scallops, bacon wrapped scallops in that pan right there, and I got this pan heated up for French fries. So that's the fries right there. Scallops will probably take a little while. Oh yeah. Like I said, bacon wrapped scallops. Cook that up. So we've been up here for a little bit. We've been having a campfire the past 2 days or so. Got a bunch of scrap wood that I hauled from one of my apartments. I don't want that to happen. Try not to burn myself. Anyhow, like I said, a bunch of scrap. We've been just burning this. Bunch of old junky wood. I just wanted to show this. Here's my tracks. I got my dozer back from the top of the mountain. It was, that sun doesn't bother, but it was like way up there. And wanted to bring it last week, but the issue was it was jam full of big hornet's nests. And normally I usually wait till nighttime and grab a plastic bag or something, but it was all entwined in a bunch of wires, and it's probably better to get on this side. But yeah, so there's a remnants of it right there. I'm gonna try to zoom in because there's a bunch of course I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, so there's a bunch of dead wasps. And that's the stuff I used right there. I used 2 cans of that. I wish I would have brought 2 cans at one time, but it wasn't too bad. It was like $7-8 or something for that. But the deal is that they were flying in this hole, and there was it was probably like 10-inch round nest. And they were going either in there or down in through here. And when I went over on this end, I could see it, but there's a firewall, so I couldn't reach in. And usually, like I said, if you could reach in and grab it at night, usually you can handle that. But because of this cover's on, like, you got to take this cover off, and then this cover flips over. And once I got some spray last night, the wife and I drove up there, did it at night, sprayed them all down. Thought everything was cool. I thought it was just like a small 3 or 4 inch little nest. And then when I went up today, after the aftermath, I thought, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Just give it another little spray, but there were still a few around. Then when I finally got this thing opened up, it was like, ooh. And then, of course, they're all flying back, and I ran out of spray. So I had to leave here, go to the next village, and buy another can of that stuff at the hardware store, and it worked that time. So anyhow, I got the dozer back down here. So the plan is eventually to get some gravel in here. I've been cutting a bunch of this stuff. I want to get some gravel in here, level this off with the dozer and the tractor and the dump trailer, flatten this out, because the cargo trailer that I mentioned one other time way back, oh, of course I keep going the wrong way. Yeah, you can just barely see it way over through there, but that cargo trailer, it's a 31-foot cargo trailer, is going to come this way, and I want to bring that, set it in here, and I'm probably going to have it way over here on the right, and then I'm going to put like a slope roof off the side of that so I can park the dozer and equipment and all that kind of stuff in on this slope roof part of it. Fill all this, eventually have enough room in here so that I can have some space to park stuff and have some materials and all that kind of stuff. But anyhow, I'm going to show you what I did with the dozer today. All right, so I know the sun's not great right now, it's behind me, but the raft was always here. In the wintertime, I pull it up on a bunch of logs, and I used the dozer today to push it in. Usually I use the tractor, but my tractor's home, and I have some work that I want to do at the house with it before I bring it out this way. So yeah, so got the dozer here. Worked out actually pretty good. I did a short video. It's on my shorts, if you want to check that out. The wife was recording, and I used the Oliver crawler to push this, and pushed it right out there, no problem. There's quite a few stumps and stuff, so I had to be careful. But what I have is a couple logs, and in the fall I use the tractor to pull this raft up onto these logs, and then I tie it off to these trees and leave it here for the winter. So today it worked out pretty good. We have the raft all the way pulled in, so we're going to try to change the strategy that we're doing. What we have been doing is, I got a big anchor out there. I got a float. That float is way farther this way because I have chain hooked onto a big anchor out there. The chain is extra long. So what I'm going to do is do like a pulley system. I'm going to put a big float. I have a big float over behind me. I'm going to put it out there, have a short chain, and then I'm going to have a big ring or a pulley so that I can pull this raft out to the mooring, and then for the day leave it out there. And then when you're done for the day, normally during the day we'll sit out here on this raft with lawn chairs and stuff and a cooler, and we can kind of sit there, have snacks, being out on the lake. And our plan is to try to do that in the evening sometime. And obviously, instead of driving a boat, that's what we used to do, is just drive the boat to the dock and then leave the boat tied to the raft, I guess. It was just kind of a pain in the butt. So now I think that's what we're going to do, is eventually I'm going to make a little bit of a beach right in here, put some sand, and then we'll just pull this raft for now out from out there into here, get off, and then when we leave we'll pull it back out, way out, and leave it out there so it's protected, it's not beating and thrashing up against the shoreline. We'll see how that works. I mean, eventually someday I want to build a better dock, but obviously I want to build the cabin and get all that done first. So we got all these barrels laying around. This raft came with the property when we purchased the property over there, and we thought instead of leaving it over there on the shore, we might as well haul it over here and use it. Yeah, so anyhow, got the boat over here. Had to move it to get the dozer in here. We got the paddle boat. We still haven't put that in the water. We're planning on doing that probably tomorrow. Hopefully flip it over, use it. Sun's going down behind the mountain. That's where the cabin's going. So I'm going to plate this stuff up here soon. I'll show you that here in a second. That's that big buoy I was just talking about. I'm going to anchor that out there where the big weight is in the water. That was actually junk too that I got from the apartment that I just cleaned up. All right, so got all that plated up. So we got some bacon wrapped scallops with some fries that my wife put some spices and stuff all on. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't know if anybody has tried fries like this, but they are awesome. I don't know what it is. If someone who does like those food truck stuff, if they could set something up and cook fries like this on a cast iron frying pan with some oil and spices, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if they're charred or burnt, they taste awesome. Okay, just cleaning the dishes. So all of that foil and stuff in the oil. I got the pan's all cleaned up. I gotta haul it off there. Sanitized, wiped down with a rag and some oil. And all of the leftover stuff. We're burning it because of bears and stuff in the area, so we want to make sure everything's cleaned up. Okay, just on another note, earlier today we did see the loons and the family loons. We were actually a little worried because yesterday when we were here, all we could see is the mother and the father, like the male and the female, and they were really close together, and we couldn't see the babies. So we were out with the boat driving around and couldn't see the babies. They kept kind of back and forth. They were acting really strange. It was kind of weird. And then all of a sudden we kind of figured out that they were on the nest, the babies, and then they come out after and they were with the parents. So that was good. We were kind of a little worried, thinking that some eagles or something latched them and got a hold of them, because they were acting a little strange, but I think they were just acting strange because of us. Just looking now, I'm gonna try to zoom in. I don't know if that's them or not. It could be. Hopefully that turns out, yeah, that's them over there. Anyhow, they're back. Everything is good. Like I said, we were a little worried. We thought that there was a problem and the babies were missing. Anyhow, that's it for now. So if you could like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. That's the end there, eh?